Ooh. Ooh, I think I got one.
Hit me.
Joe Biden.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's always my fear in life.
Yeah, I have other fears. Hey, welcome to round 4.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Yeah.
good way to open it. I guess you could throw that in there. How's it going, Nick?
It's going good, Tim. So this is our podcast. This is round 4, our attempt at a podcast. If we get more than 10 people checking this out on a week-to-week basis, I'd consider that a win, personally.
I consider more than us watching it and clicking like a win, frankly.
That's true. Thank you, Javi.
Yeah. yeah, for sure. I know I can count on Javi.
Yes.
This is the first episode,
Yeah.
and lots of stuff has been going on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty exciting stuff. Survivor premiered,
and another episode happened.
Yeah, episode 2, we totally know how that turned out. But episode 1, I would say big success, Nick. Yes.
Yeah, huge.
I was saying, I watched the whole thing. Totally not while I was at work yesterday. And it just turned out so great. Not to pat ourselves on the back too much, but
I watched it at work a lot.
The way that some of the cuts and stuff that you have in there are so perfect. Like there's the one where I think it's Cody says like Nazario is a wild card, and it cuts to Nazario just going, "I'm a bit of a wild card." It's just so
good. Listen, I took an editing class in college, and then I didn't really do much with it ever. Until recently, until last year when I made the like Hall of Fame award videos, and I was like, "Oh, I remember doing this. This is fun." And with this Survivor thing, I was like, let me just go all in. So I would sit and listen to like, because players give one-on-one confessionals. There's breakout rooms where people are talking. So I would just listen like on the train to work, sometimes at work when I'm just doing work, I'll listen to like those breakout rooms.
Sure.
And then I'll try and remember where like those cuts happen. So like I was literally listening to like Nazario's breakout room, and he was like, people will probably think I'm a wild card. And then I was listening to Cody's, and Cody was like, Nazario, he's just a wild card. And I was like, you guys didn't know each other said that.
Isn't that the name of the episode? Wild card?
Wild card, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Naming the episodes was fun. But no, it's great. Yesterday's episode happened. Don't want to spoil it, but go check it out. In my opinion, the first episode was the worst one. I think it gets better and better from there, but
I would tend to agree. No, it turned out great. And it seems like the community has really taken to it. We've gotten a lot of really good feedback, a lot of people wanting to be on the show. Season 2, I think is safe to say, is happening. Season 2 is coming. We're doing season 2. I won't be on it because I won season 1.
Correct.
So the macaw, I like that one. So no, I'm excited to see where we can go. Nick, can you give us any inside baseball on season 2? Because I know something pretty exciting that I think we should maybe share with the public now. I'll just say this. Women will be on the show.
I was gonna say that. I was waiting.
We've got women.
We've got women.
The show.
We've got women.
Yeah. And it's not Maggie or Brittany
or Anna. Yeah.
Or Anna. Or
yeah.
Are there any other women?
Melissa or Kelly? But if you wanted to play, you'd be welcome, except for Anna, because I can't have.
I said that to you the other day. I'm like, you're gonna have Anna on the show, and you can't keep a secret from your fiance.
It's not that no, I would never keep a secret from my fiance because I love her.
It's good. That was good.
Thank you.
Good save.
But more so like after each episode. So I love Survivor. I've always loved Survivor. I like watched it when I was a kid with my mom. I've like applied to be on the show like twice.
Oh,
Haven't put in the effort that I really should if I really want to get on it, but so maybe I'll get back into that eventually. But so I love Survivor. Me and Anna watch it when a new season comes out, even though the new seasons are way worse than the old seasons, but it's still some Survivors better than no Survivor. Bye, Tim. Tim's back. You're alive. Great. Thanks for not dying. But as I was saying, so after each episode that we shot, I would literally go into the other room with Anna and talk about it and be like, Eddie did this, he should have done this, and Nazario should have seen this coming, and he could have done something different, and this person could do this to win, and this is how, and like I would just talk about it for another 30 minutes. So like Anna would have to be in a different location because she couldn't hear what other people are saying about her on my computer. And then when she came home from that other location, I would just want to be like, Tim said this about you when you weren't looking.
I mean, and so that happened a little bit with season 1, not like a crazy. I don't think it was to the detriment of the game, but there were definitely times where like
there were a lot of people who
Cody
knew
or me and Jacoby or me and just me. I was doing it with everyone. I was telling everyone what everyone said all the time.
There were a lot of people who knew each other, and I definitely want to move away from that in future seasons to where there's fewer and fewer people who actually know each other.
Yeah.
But because the 4 guys who aren't in like the trivia, like Liam, Giancarlo, Paul, and Eddie, like they were all talking about it too. So like outside of it for sure.
They were phenomenal. And even like there were I mean, I've had access to these videos for months now at this point. I didn't deep dive into them because I wanted to save it a little bit, but I like how personally I really liked Paul. Like Paul was on my team. I really enjoyed getting to know him. I barely
not to spoil.
No, I know. Just mean like from what I got to interact with him, Eddie, Liam, and Giancarlo, all really, really great guys. And watching episode 1, there was a lot of the sentiment seemed to be the same across the trivia people. Like there were many times in episode 1 where it was like, oh, this person's really great. Like they seem like a really cool guy. I think they can mesh with the team. Like I think Nazario at one point was like, Liam's wearing an awesome open like Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. It was like, I'm glad that they seem to have fun with it and enjoy the process.
You can see it because it's in the premiere, but if you watch the premiere, Eddie's the first one voted out.
Yeah.
It's been over a week now, so I think we can spoil it. But Eddie's the first one voted out. And there's a moment, like I literally go, okay, are we ready to vote? And Nazario pauses and goes, Eddie, are you wearing an Eagle Fang Cobra Kai t-shirt?
Yeah.
And Eddie's like, oh, yeah. And everybody just looks at Nazario because the plan is to vote Eddie. And now Cody, Rue, and Robert are all like, is this motherfucker about to switch his vote because Eddie's wearing an Eagle Fang t-shirt?
That's awesome.
It's just hilarious. But no, it was really fun. I'm looking forward to more of it in the future, and I'm looking forward to when all of it's out so I can talk about it more. There's going to be a live reunion show after the finale with most of the guys coming back. But once it's out and I can talk to people about it, I'm excited. And some of them will be transitioning over to Fandom.
That's true.
Yeah,
I didn't know that until the green rooms were set up, and I had the doc too, and I'm like, who are these people? Oh, these are the Survivor guys. No, I think I'm excited for everybody to see the rest of it too. I am excited for the live reunion purely because I hope it lives up to the dream that was said to me of that like some of us will look radically different. Like Paul is like a bald man with a beard, and I hope he shows up with like long blonde hair. And we're just like, what is going on? Like that's, I hope there's something like that. Or maybe like by the time we shoot that in like, because it's live, right? So we're doing that in February.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be 87 pounds. and everyone will be is light.
That's very light.
That's very light.
Unhealthy.
I'm like a
unhealthy.
twig. I'm like just a stick. And people are like, Tim, you're so healthy. And then I'm like, no, I'm
No,
not.
they would
I'm
not be
dying.
saying that.
I'm
They
Jack
would,
Skellington.
they would be very concerned. Good God. Tim, let's talk about fandom a little bit.
Yeah, I think we should. I think
So
that's important.
there have been, I want your opinion on this. There have been, fandom's an interesting game because it allows, it seems to, and this is just based on patterns, but it seems to allow one person to be really dominant at a time. There's always people challenging that person, and sometimes the dominant, like they trip and stumble, and then someone. But like for the most part, there was like I had the belt for a while. Then it was the era of Joe, and it's been the era of Brittany.
Yeah.
Is Tyler the next? Because like, is this like Tyler's start, or does he? Because I think it might be.
That's a good question. See, it's funny you put it that way. Because when you're right, Joe had his era,
Yes.
big time, especially.
And that's not to say he couldn't have another, but it now is not the Joe era.
Anybody could, if they put in the work, can have their era. When the McCaw returns this season, she's giving me the finger. I think that anybody can have it. It's just,
the Hall of Famer McCaw.
Yeah, that's true. That's been announced at this point. Yeah.
Yes.
The awards happened. No, I'm thinking of like the Joe, but because when I think of the Joe era, it is so intertwined with Brittany. In the sense that she was always challenging him, and then she eventually beat him and started the Brittany era. And so I kind of think of, you're totally right. It was the Joe era for sure, because he was the champion for a full year. He earned it. I think that's a
teams belts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, beating like multiple. He's been the team's champion how many times with Wookiee? Is it been?
They were teams champions twice. And I think, listen, Duel of the Fates is fantastic. I think we'll see Posse Galore become the champions this year, but
I could see it.
For sure. But yeah, no, I think that was the Joe era, and that's not because like other people weren't in that era, but that 1 year, like Joe held it from beginning to end. And yes, Brittany challenged twice. She was also
say goodnight to me. Show your arm. I love you. Mwah. That's all he would say.
But we're shooting that. But we're shooting this at 3 p.m.
Yeah. No, I do think that.
Because like people always intertwine. Like Scully and you were always present during my time, and Brittany was always present during Joe's, and then Joe was present during Brittany's, and like Abel was in there, and Tyler held the belt during what I would call the Brittany era, but I wouldn't have called it the Tyler era. I think
or the Abel era.
Sure, but I think we're about to see either the Tyler era or just like a mix of a couple people.
So I think one of two things can happen. Maybe one of three. Here's my out of left field prediction. Not out of left field. I think the Tyler era probably is the main prediction. I think that it makes sense. He was scary good all last season.
Especially at the end.
Well, we didn't schedule him for the first half, so.
So yes, definitely at the end.
He made it very clear we didn't schedule him.
But even like in the summer, I was like, Tyler's still just falling short of Joe and just falling short of Brittany.
Yeah, no, he was so good in the back
and
half.
By the end, it was like, holy crap, who is this?
It was disgusting. And so I think here's again my option. I guess there's 4 now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. One is the Tyler era.
Yes.
Option 4. This is the 4 here.
We're skipping 2 and 3. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to go back and I'll explain why. 4 could be anyone's ball game of Tyler, Javi, Robert,
Joe,
Rue, Joe, fucking David, Igor. Any of these people, I could see it being the era of the belt changing hands.
Okay.
Option 2 and 3, my wild card picks are a surprise era of Rue or a surprise era of Robert. Robert held the belt this year. He earned it. I think he earned it well.
Yeah.
The reason I think the Robert one is maybe a little less likely is because of the same reason why it's less likely for me. He's got the kid. He's very, very entrenched and busy in that, as he should be, frankly.
Yeah, 100%.
And the fact that he can still contend to the level that he does is insane. And yet, I still think there is a strong possibility he could come back, win the belt, and begin an era of Robert where he just crushes. And the game is so crazy where even if you win by 1 point, 2 points, or you're knocking people out, you could still call it your era if you hold the belt. And I think Robert has the ability to do that. I think Rue especially has the ability to do that. So I think the more likely scenario is Tyler, just based on how he played last year versus those other two. But I also think there's a very strong possibility that we see a season coming up here where there is just the belt is flip-flopping around like crazy. Now, it might not necessarily be people on the lower tier, not lower tier, but lower of the top echelon. Yes.
Oh, okay, sure.
So not lower ranked, but lower of the top echelon, like your Jacobys, your Holtzmans, your Eli's, your Antonios, your Menchakas.
The people who always like make it to or close to a contender match, but never really.
Yes, but like I said, but any of those people, if they put in the extra work, can win the belt. It's so possible at this point. And I think that, but I think we could see an era where, Tyler defends the first time and then loses to Rue. And then Rue plays and defends and then loses to Joe. Joe defends twice and then loses to Javi because he's burnt out. Javi doesn't defend and win and loses to Eli. It's like, who fucking knows? It could be kooky. And that would be fun.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
All this to be said, I still think you're probably right.
It's just that there's a lot less luck involved than like a general movie trivia competition, because no one can know everything about all movies. But if you work hard enough, you can know everything about all the movies in fandom.
Unfortunate.
Correct.
To the detriment of your partner.
Yeah. Indeed, yes. Unless your partner wants to join for some reason, and then every time
or your partner at the time that you did it was Domino's Pizza.
That as well.
Yeah, that happened.
And now it's been years later, and every time you try to sit down with your partner and watch a movie, she just wants to do anything else
other than watch a movie.
Yeah,
that's fair. What was the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched personally was This Is the End.
Magical.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's like I remember when that came out, and it was so funny.
Did not age as well.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
and
good.
That's what I've actually only seen a couple times. Like I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I remember really liking it but not loving it. And I think I still hold that sentiment because it's been like,
I think it was like 2013.
I think it's been 12 years. The concept of the movie is great. 100%. Like really, really good. But I think some of it is, from my memory, probably not aged the best. Like, I remember it being like, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been so long since I've seen it, but isn't there like the devil and like demons and stuff? And like, I remember not loving that part of the movie. Like, I remember really liking the concept of it all being them in an apocalypse situation, but not necessarily that type of.
I'm okay with it because they had to go somewhere. Like they had to make some semblance of a plot.
Yeah.
And so, and you can tell because there's a big chunk in the middle where it's just the like 6 guys in the house interacting, and it's hilarious. And they're coming up with like little issues, like they got to get water somehow. Emma Watson shows up for a second, and they got to figure out what to do with that. But they had like I could just see because I think Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg wrote it and directed it.
Yeah.
And I could just see them sitting down being like, how do we end this thing? And Seth Rogen was like, what if the devil came out of the center of the earth and then Jay and Seth go to heaven?
Yeah.
Love it. Print.
Yeah, it's great.
Good.
Print. Yeah, done. That's funny.
So yeah, it's great. I love it. I'd love to see it's just annoying because like I get very annoyed with like Hollywood culture and the idea of and actors in general. Not very annoyed. Like truthfully, I don't let it bother me very much because I don't know these people.
Sure.
It's just annoying how much it like takes over my life outside of watching movies. Like you can't go anywhere without some actor being like, "Hey, I'm better than you, and you need to listen to me and do what I say."
Yeah.
But that movie's funny because they kind of have they had a self-awareness of it at that point in time. Like the joke is like, oh, we act like we're tough, but we're soft and we're screwed and we don't know what to do now. And there's another point where they're like, so what, you're saying we're all bad people? That's why we didn't get called up? And Craig Robinson's like, yeah, I gouged a guy's eyes out. It's like, okay, glad you're. But the idea of like them confronting, like, oh, maybe we're not as cool as we say we are, is actually very like it's fun. And Jonah Hill playing like this eccentric, exaggerated version of himself, where he's just like, overly
like prick,
kind,
right?
but like fake. Yeah, he's like fake kind and stuff like that.
I don't know anyone like that.
It's just self-aware to something that I like. I can't really I can't really think of anyone. This show will not be like us like talking about people that
I
and
can think of
whatnot,
so
but
many people from work, from church,
sure.
from in my family. Like, really, you got no one?
Yes, but like I don't like those people. So, like,
Well, yeah, exactly. But
so I haven't talked to them very recently. But anyway, regardless, it's fun. What'd you watch last?
Today I saw The Fire Inside, which will age this on Letterboxd, but it's
Are you
a
okay?
What?
Is it a story about Taco Bell?
No, that sounds amazing though. No, it's a boxing film, a biopic about a young woman boxer.
Huh.
It was good. Brian Tyree Henry plays the coach.
Those aren't like a dime a dozen at this point. I feel like every year there's a new like boxing biopic.
I was talking to someone at work today. I love football. I love watching football. Not so much playing, but I love watching football. And this year especially was the first time where I really got into like the whole league, like wise, and was interested in what was going on with players beyond the Green Bay Packers, beyond them. And that being said, I don't like playing sports, any other, like I don't like watching basketball. I love going to Brewer games.
Sure.
I love that experience. I could take or leave watching it at home.
Yeah, didn't we leave at like the 7th inning when we went?
Yeah, you got to beat traffic. So. But golf, fuck that shit. Volleyball's okay, I guess. But anyway, I just don't, it's not part of my like everyday culture. But let me tell you, you could have a sport movie about literally chess and I will find it fascinating. I just love, it's the same reason why I love like music biopics. Are they all done? Are they all more or less the same story? Like person rises to fame, they have some sort of addiction or problem, and then they come back in the end or they die or some shit. Yes, they are all kind of the same. And sports movies, all kind of the same. You're adapting a story because it's inspirational. Sometimes there's differences or changes or whatever. But most often I love a sports movie. And this one was no different. So it was a true story, but I found it inspirational. Performances are good. It was written by Barry Jenkins.
I'm aware of him.
but he didn't direct it. He just wrote it.
How dare he?
I know. So the script was good. But yeah, no, I just like a good sports movie. I don't know what it is about sports movies that, like, I've never watched boxing in real life. I fucking love hockey.
But if you could sit for an hour and a half while the boxer tells you their life story and then goes to box, would you then be more interested?
What?
Because, like, then it's like a movie.
Oh. No, probably not.
Okay.
It's fair.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Give me 10.
Is this where you're going to put in the clip?
Yeah, the clip happened just now. So Tim, on round 4, I'd like to either of us to just sort of have the freedom to, like, throw out random segments, and if they land, great, and if they don't, we never have to do them again.
Ever.
So I came up with this idea of gimme 10. I'm literally going to set a timer.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right.
We have 10 minutes.
Okay. I can do it.
You and I are going to have 10 minutes to come up with a list of 10 things of my choosing, or if you ever wanted to do a give me 10, it would be of your choosing.
Perfect.
We were watching Squid Game right now. What?
We'll talk about Squid Game. Go on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen season 2, and now that I'm engaged, I can't watch anything on my own.
I've not seen a single episode, so.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, let's go.
So we're rewatching season 1. But anyway, we were on Netflix because that's where it's housed. I don't really go on Netflix for anything else. But apparently, like, wrestling is happening on Netflix now.
I know that they did the Mike Tyson fight.
Like, wrestling is happening. Like,
the WWE,
like The Rock is back. They're doing, like, some crazy. Yeah, it's wild.
They're getting into live events, is what you're saying.
Indeed. Yes. So as you can see, neither Tim nor I are big wrestling fans. So Tim, give me 10 non-wrestlers who, if you heard they were going to be in a wrestling match, you might consider watching. 10 minutes. And I'll help you out, obviously.
Do they have to be famous?
Not necessarily.
Because Ellie, I would want to see that.
I would look away.
Maybe she's wrestling Robert's daughter.
I'm not gonna look at the timer again. Like, it's gonna run out when it runs out.
Okay. Is it gonna beep? Are we gonna know?
Yeah, it'll like go off.
Okay, so did we decide they have to be famous?
No, I don't think they do.
So does Ellie count? Is that one of our ones?
No, because I wouldn't watch that.
Okay, so we
want
have
to see your 2-year-old daughter get destroyed.
We have to agree that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a non-wrestler.
Yeah.
That would convince us. Wrestling though, not like MMA. Like,
yeah, this feels similar.
Well, I was gonna say Jason Statham, but he feels like more of like a punchy and less of like a.
I'm thinking like Will Ferrell.
Oh, like in Semi-Pro when he wrestles the bear.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you on that. There's
like
one.
Old Will. Like, there's a picture of Will Ferrell recently where he was at like a hockey game, dressed up like Buddy the Elf, smoking a cigarette.
Oh, I saw.
And the dude just looks defeated. So Will Ferrell dressed as Buddy the Elf.
Yeah,
announces he's getting in the ring. I'd be like, let me see how this goes.
Yeah, I could live with that.
Great. Okay. 10 is Will Ferrell dressed as Buddy the Elf.
Oh, why is this hard? I'm trying to think of people that would be weirdly entertaining,
right,
to watch. Maggie likes wrestling. This would have been
Zendaya, but like if she gets the ribbons hanging in the ring from The Greatest Showman.
You're adding all these asterisks.
You can add stuff. You can add asterisks. Describe to me the conditions that would make it accepting.
That would make it. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Are you down for Zendaya? But
I'm down. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like yes, just purely to be like, what? Like,
Sure.
how is that gonna work?
That sounds like a yes to me. We're gonna put Zendaya at 9.
Okay, so ooh, I think I got one.
Hit me.
Joe Biden.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let the poor man live out the rest of his life. Peaceful, unbothered.
Okay.
Good lord.
So
Oh my god. Regardless of your Tim already made it political, but regardless of your political opinion, watching like Stone Cold Steve Austin
beat the shit out of an old man.
just body slam by it, I think I'd cry.
Okay.
Keep going on. I'm putting him at 8.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
I've convinced myself, but I'm still sad about it. The world just needs to let that man be at peace.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So shit. I'm trying to think of like
Zaddia Smith.
What? Maggie Smith?
Zaddia Smith. Not Maggie Smith.
I think, is she dead?
Put Zaddia in anything.
Yeah.
Zaddia in anything, I'll watch.
Hell yeah.
Every time we do one of these gimme 10s, we gotta mention Zaddia.
Just for whatever it is.
Whatever it is, we're putting him on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone who would be like, ooh, you know who would be good? Tom Hardy.
Okay, but like that would make you want to watch, because I would feel like Tom Hardy would just be like a good wrestler.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But you know what I mean? Like you and I aren't wrestling fans, so we don't really.
Okay, well, this isn't out of left field, but Kermit the Frog.
Immediately.
I see that, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Kermit the Frog.
Can I put like a Kermit / Alf?
Yes.
Great. You know who Alf is?
Yeah, of course.
The cooking one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Melmac. He was on Impractical Jokers. It was hysterical.
Okay. All right. Trying to think of more fictional.
Or we got 5 down. We got 5 to go.
Holy shit.
About like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Nah, that doesn't do it for me.
Okay, I'm trying to think of who would have a gimmick, because he'd be like the science. I guess Bill Nye would be the science guy, but
who would have a gimmick?
Yeah, like they all got gimmicks.
Yeah, but a gimmick to help them win,
like Tonya Harding. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah, that's good.
She just has like a steel pipe in the belt at all times. Goes around whacking people's knees.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's good.
Whips out a skate, maybe slashes a person like Happy Gilmore.
Holy shit! Wow, why am I struggling so much with this?
We can go like not alive if we need to.
No, there's got to be people that are still alive that I would think are funny. It's like one of those moments where you just forget all the knowledge in your brain.
Sure.
And I'm trying to get away from putting people in there that would get hurt.
Thank you. That would make me sad.
Now I'm just gonna I should just look at my movies.
I don't know. Anna.
Hugh Jackman.
Like as Wolverine, or
just Hugh Jackman? Dude's ripped.
As Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman, or just?
I would watch that with the cane and everything. I would watch Hugh Jackman in anything.
Well, it's like Hugh Jackman, but his gimmick is he has like stuff from every character he's ever played. And then like his finale is he gets off stage and the robot from Real Steel comes in. I've talked myself into it.
Yep, there you go.
Anna, name a famous person. Who? Yeah.
Oh God, we're gonna run out of
Noah
time.
Khan. Taylor Swift. Can we put Taylor Swift in the ring and just let like Triple H, I think, is a wrestler?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm okay with that. I would watch that.
Great. But she might win.
Because then you might get a guest appearance from Travis Kelce too. So
no, I think their contract that says they have to be in a relationship will be up by then. But
why can't I think of this man's name? Oh, Elton John.
yeah, I would watch that easily.
Remember
Tim, we have one left.
Remember in Kingsman when he kicked that guy?
Yeah, he can do it. Hurry.
I'm going for humor on this one.
I don't know. I feel like we're running out of time. I don't know.
Oh, we definitely are. Oh, Keanu Reeves. No,
maybe again. I feel like these are just people that would be good.
America's Tom Hanks.
No, he's kind of annoying now.
Really?
Yeah, social media really just ruined the actor.
What about Will Smith? We know he can slap the shit out of someone.
If that's his like signature move, yeah, I'd be down.
Who's an actor or a person you're just gonna watch anything they do?
Adam Sandler, quite frankly.
Great.
As Happy Gilmore.
I'm in with the club.
Great. Which, by the way, this can transition into a conversation about Happy Gilmore 2, which makes me want to cry.
I have not seen the teaser.
Oh, it's just clearly a Netflix Adam Sandler movie, and they're like, I don't know. So anyway, here's our list. We got Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf, like disheveled Buddy the Elf.
Okay.
Zendaya, Greatest Showman Zendaya with the banner things. Joe Biden for maybe 4 seconds. Zaddius Smith is in there.
Great.
Kermit / Alf tag team. Tonya Harding.
That's the best one.
Hugh Jackman in his various forms. T Swift. Elton John. Adam Sandler. And I just got a notification and saw that we have 2 seconds left, so we don't have to swap one out.
Nice. Tonya Harding is the best one.
It's a good one.
List. That's
a good one.
Good shit.
Oh, cool. Thanks for giving me 10, Tim.
Yeah, I totally helped.
You did. Yeah, 100%.
You wanted to transition to talk about what? Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, it's just it makes me sad.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll probably watch it.
So you're definitely gonna watch it. Definitely.
Yeah, I haven't been. I love Adam Sandler. I don't know. Again, I don't know the person.
Have you watched his most recent special?
No.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's decent.
Perhaps
He does a lot of singing. It's like him and his guitar.
That's what he does. Yeah, he did like a tribute to Chris Farley once. It was great.
Yeah,
I'm worried. But no, Christopher McDonald's back.
Who?
Shooter McGavin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's back. He's doing his. I just feel like it's gonna be like, remember when he used to take 3 steps to hit the ball, and everyone's gonna be like, yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah. But anyway, that's that. Tim.
Yes.
Should we transition to the other segment I mentioned?
Yeah, I was gonna say before we kind of sign off from this segment, I think we should give the folks who are still here watching thank you.
Yeah,
for just chilling and hanging out with us. This is gonna be
we could do an outro.
Yeah, we will. I just kind of want to tell people kind of what the show is gonna be more or less week to week going forward. So obviously you're gonna see me and Nick, unless extenuating circumstances happen. Like
maybe we'll have a guest host now and then. Who knows?
Yeah, very rarely. But Nick and I are gonna be here, and we're gonna talk. And then we'll not always, but we're going to more often than not try to have a guest on to talk about something, whether it is fandom and Fanzone, or other stuff. We have
Panamanian politics.
we have a guest in the pipeline that we're very excited about. Today's guest is a really nice guy. His name is Nick, last name Tuig. We're gonna go talk to him in a minute. But and then we're gonna do stuff. Like Nick said, we're gonna try stuff. If we like it, we like it. If we don't like it, we don't like it. But the kind of genesis of the idea of the show was purely the fact that we have a lot of conversations with each other and with other people where we have said to them afterwards, that was funny. We should have recorded that. We have a conversation with Javi. That was a good talk. I wish we could have had that with more people. This is our way to have that with more people. So it's not so much well, look at us. We're so good at talking. We get to share. No, we want to have conversations with all of you. So please jump into the comments if you think we're stupid or smart and tell us how you feel.
If you are completely neutral on your opinion of us, we would like to hear that as well.
If you think Tonya Harding was the best, let us know.
If you think not, you're lying to yourself and everyone else.
But yeah, the idea is just to have some fun, something a little bit different, no pun intended. And I think we're going to have a good time. The show's not going to be live to start. I think our plan is just to kind of keep us flexible.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it live, but who knows? Maybe one day. But for right now, I thought this was a great talk. We'll be back in a little bit with the two of us. But for now, we're going to go over to our guest. Nick, why don't you tell us about our guest?
Yeah, our guest is me in a segment we call Two Birds. Essentially, it's just doing other work while we're doing this so we can get two things done at the same time. So check it out, Two Birds. I'm going to break down the new website for you. Hey, everybody. Thanks, me and Tim, for throwing it over to me. Welcome to Two Birds, this session of Two Birds. Essentially, like I just said, this is just sort of a segment we want to do from time to time. One, when we have stuff to do, but we also think it might kind of be interesting for you all to know. We can make it part of round 4. So I think it'll be really exciting. And if you watched the awards last week, 1 week ago, you would have seen the debut of our new website. Please ignore all of the marketing you see on this general search pad. Is this Bing? I think this is Bing. This is a relatively new computer. So I guess it's just we're doing Bing. That's weird. But regardless, if you go ahead and type in, search the web, tbntinc.com. And I spelled it wrong. That's probably why that didn't work. tbntinc.com. There's our Instagram. That's exciting. TBNT. Am I spelling this right? Maybe I'll just get off the Bing search. It's probably why you shouldn't use Bing, quite frankly. There we go. tbntinc.com. All right. This is our new website. I have been putting this together since around we made the announcement of the channel. At the time, I had said, I don't know if we're going to do a website. About like a day later, I was like, nah, we got to do a website because we wanted to keep the Hall of Fame going. And we knew we were doing all these other new things. So I was really excited to get back into it. I felt it was worth the investment, worth the time to make it anew was a cool thing too. So when I did it the first time, it kind of gave me the blueprints of how to do it. So I saved a lot of time as I was able to add a lot more. So this is just my general. You've had a week to access this website now, so perhaps you already know all this. But if not, here's a quick tour of the new website with some explanations. You got your Fandom Fights tab. You got your schedule. You got your rankings and records, same as the old website, and you got your eligible movies. So if for those who are new at playing and aren't quite sure what's in everything, this is your best resource by far. If you want to try and remember what's in every category, I struggle sometimes, and I co-created the thing. So this explains every movie that's in Fandom, and if you want to go check out at the bottom, there's go back buttons now, which I thought was a necessity. So you can just go back to the one you were on. You can see the rankings, the updated rankings. These will be updated. I'm not sure how often. Definitely after every title match. We'll see if I can do it more than that. But last year we did them after every title match. I think that's a good chunk of time. Trying to keep up with it more often than that is going to be a lot. So we're just we'll do it after the end of every act. You can see the new rankings. So singles teams, all the retired teams, and singles players are there as well. Records tab is updated with all of the old records. You got your singles champions, you got your teams champions, double belted Fandom champions, people who held the belt at the same time, people who are in the perfect game club. The points records are here as well as all of the old records, like most wins, people who've challenged for the belt, perfect round one, people who've won events, and so on and so forth. So the records tab, that's Fandom for you. The schedule, as you can tell, is under this one. This will be updated after every act as well. The first act is currently there, so you can go check it out. So that's the Fandom tab. We're going to go back to home. We've got your Fanzone debate tab. Same thing, same schedule. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is under the Fandom one as well. But there's a previous matches button underneath the schedule. If you want to click into that, you can see all of the old matches are there as well. On Fandom, it's much more extensive because this is broken down by year, whereas Fandom, it's broken down by act. So whole lot of things to check out under the schedule tab. Same thing, rankings and records. Don't need to go through that. It's the same as Fandom, so you can check it out in there. In Fanzone categories, will likely be. It's not updated right now. I click on this button, it doesn't do anything. It will be updated by the time this actually goes live. But with me recording this is like the one thing I haven't done yet. So if you want to know what the Fanzone categories are, that's right there. Virtual Survivor. This is a lot of coming soon, which I'm very excited for. So like I'm going to have records like who's won the most challenges, who's gotten the most votes against, and things like that. I'm going to have that there. I'm going to have player descriptions, player breakdowns, how they did, so on and so forth there. But right now, if you want a quick shortcut on this website to the episodes, season 1 is up. Episode 1 is currently out. I think by the time we record this, or by the time we release it, there might be a couple others here as well. So you can go check that out. You could share this link with someone new who you want to get into the show and just say, yeah, here's all the episodes, because these will link directly to the YouTube videos. So that's Survivor. Really excited about that. These 3 down here. Round 4 is a big coming soon. Essentially, this is just going to house all of our Round 4 podcasts, like the one you're watching right now. This one will be on here by the time you are actually watching this video. So that's the Round 4 button. We'll skip this for now. No, we won't, because you could probably tell what it is. The blog is back. I loved the blog. Myself and all the people who contributed to it were successfully able to put out a new article every week for about 10 months. Then it fell off as obviously things were transitioning. Tim and I were making some big changes. But I wanted to do the blog again. A lot of people contributed and helping me put the blog together. So I've kept all the articles relating to Fandom or Fanzone, and there's going to be new uploads. The first one, some of you might have found it already, as it's currently on the website. But Javi wrote an article. It's his predictions of what would happen last year with updated what actually happened. So if you wanted to go check it out, you could do that. But there will be more articles. Here's the thing, though, is it was a lot of work to make sure an article came out every week. For example, if no one had sent one in, I committed myself to making sure one got out, so I would have to write one. That's not something I have time to do as frequently, and I want it to be more fun. It definitely, I made it more of a chore for myself. Though it was like a fun chore, like not like cleaning the dishes. It was more like, I don't know, mowing the lawn. I feel like to be outside. Still stressful, but like slightly more fun. So I want it to be a more fun thing. Anyone can contribute. You just send your article to me and I'll publish it on the website. And I'd also like to say, with the implementation of Survivor and round 4, where round 4 we kind of can just talk about anything, I'm taking articles beyond the scope of what we do here at TBNT Inc. within reason. So I would still pitch me your topic. And if it's something I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, we can throw that on. If it's your 10 favorite movies list or anything like that, we can take it and we'll put it on. So the Inc. is the new name of the blog. Get it? TBNT Inc. It's the Inc. in TBNT Inc. Did you get? I assume you got it. So that's the new blog. And then lastly, of course, the awards and the Hall of Fame. So awards are here, updated for this year. The awards were last week. So you can see all of the awards from throughout the years of Fandom and Fanzone. And the Hall of Fame. This is where the Hall of Fame lives, Fandom and Fanzone, with our new inductees. As you're watching this right now, their pages aren't totally updated, or the new people, their pages aren't totally updated. The old people's there is, but like Maggie's, for example, is missing the video. But eventually it will have it, and this will link to her match history. Really, really cool thing. I probably went over this a week ago at the awards briefly. But you got their records and stats. You got the awards they've won. You got all their extra special accomplishments. And this button will link to a playlist. Every person in the Hall of Fame will have their own playlist on TBNT Inc. on our YouTube channel. This button will link to that playlist. And this video will be their Hall of Fame induction video that you saw at the awards last week. All of them have them. So you can check them all out. Tim's is here. Tim's links to his what is it? His match history, his playlist, and all his records and stuff as well. Scully, Knights of Ren, and the newly inducted Maggie, Brittany, and Wookiee Mistake. And then, of course, you have Fanzone. You have Tim, and you have Kirk, newly inducted as well. Their pages show similar things. Again, working on uploading the video. But really cool stuff. Really great way to honor some great players and some people who've contributed a lot to the game that we love so dearly. So that is the website. Looking to possibly add more. Who knows? Like I said, the Survivor page is going to expand quite a bit once the season is out and we actually have some records and players that I can share with you all without spoiling it. Round 4, our clips, our podcasts are all going to be here. And the usual, the schedule, the rankings, old matches, things you might want to know are all under Fandom and Fanzone. And the Inc. blog will be happening less frequently, less consistently, I'll say. But anytime a new article goes up, we'll be sure to share it out. So make sure you're following us on all the social medias, which actually are down here, by the way. If you click on, you got Facebook, X, our YouTube, and Instagram. If you click on any of those, it'll take you right to it. Make sure to follow. And we'll put out anytime there's news worth putting out. So check it out. Really excited about it. And I guess thanks for listening to Two Birds. Get it, 2 birds, 1 stone. Like I needed to show you all the website, but we also needed to film a podcast. So we did them both. Look at that. Crazy stuff. But hopefully you found it interesting. So yeah, go check out the website for yourself. I'm excited. And I will throw it back to myself and Tim to wrap up this very successful first round 4 podcast. And that'll do it for this first episode of round 4. Tim, this was fun. Had a good time. Looking forward to more of this as the season goes on. We'll have more Survivor to talk about. We'll have Fandom and Fanzone to talk about.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to Fanzone today, so we definitely got to do that next time.
Yeah.
And we'll have more of just whatever the hell it is to talk about.
Yeah, I was thinking before we go, we should probably do the dating game.
Yeah.
I feel like we should probably do the dating game.
Keep an eye out for that in future.
I think we got to make that happen. Yes. Thank you, Nick, for the 2 birds segment. Lots of good information. If you have questions about the website, hit up Nick via Messenger. Be sure to check out all the socials. We're on Twitter, or is it called X? It's called X. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on the Facebook. We're on the YouTube.
Definitely Facebook. Definitely YouTube. We're working on beefing up Instagram and X because we would like to have that be more of a presence on this new channel. But definitely Facebook and YouTube for now, and maybe we'll find some fun things to do as we learn. I hate social media, which is ironic, but maybe we'll learn of some fun things we could do on there that sort of differentiates it from what you see with the regular stuff. But yeah, Tim, round 4. Any final closing goodbye?
No, just thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about anything, let us know. We're always here to talk and to answer your questions. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then.